and awaited with bated breath by the heir apparent in waiting. Ergo, the king is dead, long live the king. And nowhere in Ugandan football is the process of natural selection better epitomized than in this fixture between the 16-time record champion Sports Club Villa and a juggernaut of the present, Vipers Sports Club. This is the big time. These are the big boys, and this is where they dig into their repertoire of party tricks and bring the most vintage to the fore. The grey brooding skies at the patter of the rain continue to beat down on the majestic St. Mary's Stadium with reckless abandon, and they pay no heed to the game that comes up this particular afternoon. A real setup of treats, a real setup of joy for the fans, but for many it's going to be taut muscles, bated breath, and a lot of anticipation for what the next 90 minutes will deliver. Very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you join us. We are live at the St. Mary's Stadium in Chitende, and tonight it is Vipers Sports Club taking on Sports Club Villa Football Club right here at this particular stadium. My name is Jermaine Agesa. I am your commentator. In the booth with me, John Vianen Simbe, as we have a mouth-watering prospect between...
Yeah, of course, there's a huge prospect for Vipers here, and I'm sure they're going to be going for the jugular right from the onset to try and ensure that they offset this young Villa side.
Well, we are off in case you're just joining in, and it will be the hitman, Yunus Junior Sentamu, calls that in, and it's punched out by Martin Senkoto. That will be a corner. Looked like it caused him a bit more trouble than we expected.
He let it bounce. You know, when you let that ball bounce just near you, it becomes a bit difficult for you to handle. You see, he let it bounce. I think he needed to come out of his goal and collect it. But when you let it bounce, it can become very difficult and could have his...
Well, the Jogos have another corner to defend here. Vipers almost attacking that one, and now first time shot hit ferociously. This time carried away by Senkoto, but he manages to pick it up. This will not be for the faint-hearted. Look away if you have chronic illnesses. This just might offset your blood pressure, especially if your team is going to be under this much pressure.
Well, that was a bit of good clearance, you could have said, from...
Takes the shot, but it's well blocked here. Sports Club Villa throwing back numbers to defend gallantly. But it's wave after wave after wave here from the Vipers, consistently attacking, threading the ball through, looking for a return pass here, coming in from Milton Karisa, gets it to the hitman! Yunus Junior Sentamu will not stand on occasion. He came baying for blood. He takes no prisoners, and he notches another one yet again. Need a goal. The hitman is always available. In 6 minutes, the pressure pays off, and Vipers Sports Club set the crowd on a frenzy. It's just the dream start they were looking for, and perfectly executed by a man who has been absolutely reliable. Beautiful build-up in there. Sports Club Villa, you have to feel for them. Little they could do to stop that relentless attack. And how is that for technique? Perfectly placed, poised, rewarded with a prize.
Well, was there any doubt once I saw that ball coming in from Milton Karisa and seeing the way Yunus Sentamu had peeled off? Nobody was marking him. All the Villa defenders had decided to get into their 6-yard area, and somehow they forgot about him. They hold him.
Lets the ball run here for the top scorer here for Villa. Salim Abdallah gets the ball on. Nice spill away coming in from Ogwang, and now getting a chance. A shot over the bar. Decent opportunity here, and the first attempt by the Jogos bearing their fangs as well. Goffin by Roth just puts it over the bar. Encouraging signs for those who will be rooting for the Jogos. But that was a sublime pass there. Beautifully executed. In the end, the results not meriting. Mouthful to say to the assistant, that is the fourth official, as a cross is bent in. Martin Senkoto here by Siraje Sentamu. Needs to be a bit careful. He might draw a foul in here. And now here comes a nice race forward, attempting to beat player for pace, and left on the ground, reeling Halid Luwadida, and dodges a second one. Vipers, and that Petros Kokoras is livid, gets onto the pitch. The referee might warn him there, but question, quick question, was that a penalty? George Olem seems to say no can do.
I just don't think that there was enough to suggest that it was a penalty. Maybe the replay will show us otherwise, but I felt that it was a fair challenge. But it all appears that Goffin got off worse. But what a run he made there, and then
Beating the captain, leaving him
It was
on the
actually
ground,
Wheeler.
Paul Wheeler, then took out the second man, and the second, that sliding challenge.
The sliding challenge could have
Let's
easily
just have it
gotten-
at another angle. He comes in again, beats his man. Now watch for the return slide in there, right there. Didn't get to the ball.
Oh, he didn't get to the
Didn't
ball.
get to the ball.
But had Goffin lost the
But
ball.
there's a streaking run made by Goffin in possession. Picks up the ball, edge of the box area. Can he beat his man? Beautiful shuffle of the feet. Salim Abdallah turns one way, turns the other, shows too much of the ball. And here comes a striking shot, but meeting that one poorly. Joseph Kafumbe attempting to go. Sports Club Villa putting up a very beautiful brand of football. They just have to find a way to make that final move that could actually get them towards the goal area. Goffin really had the entire defense there tantalized. They were actually make it come to count as the ball is weaved in, trying to get it here for Fabian Muchobora, clears the ball away. Hiding here on the pitch in Chitende as a nice race through comes in. Decent Galiwango goes for a first time cross, and it looked like it was causing more trouble than anticipated. Martin Senkoto, I'm not so sure if it's confidence or it's the swab on the ball, or he's not very confident about his gloves and the wet conditions. But for the moment, that is something again that he comes out for and twists in an awkward angle and has to punch it away. Was that a swab on the ball, or was he just poorly positioned?
I think that there's a bit of that sleeper.
The ball is played through now, racing forward, trying to tip the ball out onto the right wing, and Milton Karisa holds on to the ball. Martin Senkoto, good presence of mind, manages to get that away without the scare that normally details the referees. And the official mascot has also joined the party. Seems to have come in a little late, but nonetheless comes into the play. It is quite the show tonight for Vipers. When you get the feeling, even the players, that was one of the questions. Club Villa 1-0, the current scoreline in favor of Vipers. And this is the start times, Uganda Premier League, brought to you by MTN, the official broadcast sponsors. And right again, Vipers looking to pull it off the same way they started the first half, making a quick start in there.
Yeah, you hope that we can see a game that is as captivating as it was in the first half if you look at the way the game was started. But in a way, you felt that Vipers also did not get into that kind of guy behind. I just feel that Katenya, the referee, got that one wrong.
Ball played through here once again. Vipers in possession and in ascendance, getting it on to Sentamu. He has the ability to pull the trigger, but plays it out to Karisa, who cuts it back. And Senkoto will pick that quite happily. Seems to protest Salim Abdallah's movement. Looks quite livid there.
Oh yeah,
Probably
he's not happy about his defensive application.
Deep enough.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not happy about the defensive application there, that is not closing down on spaces.
Abu Kawenja, one of the faithfuls here, also watching the game.
But on tenterhooks,
Tenterhooks, and I think a bit uncomfortable in that chair.
you can see his arms folded. A suggestion that he's under a lot of pressure. I think he's hoping that Vipers can extend
The ball is played through now, a chance for them to get into ascendance, and this is Goffin just getting off the ground, and he's back on the ground again. Travis Mutiaba steps away with the ball and now beats his marker for pace, and that's a problem. They could call for a penalty here. Referee says no can do. You have to find a better way. Again, another question, was that a penalty? George Olem seems to think totally otherwise, but Travis played his card. You could say went down a little too eagerly, but it was in the appropriate position.
12 years, and therefore should be doing a lot better than he offers Sports Club Villa.
Probably a big fan of Roman Reigns and was attempting to go for the Superman punch. Ball taken away. Try to get this one threaded through once again. Najibi guy, it's getting a bit tenacious here, getting quite antsy, and now Siraje Sentam this time fouls, and it's a free kick given, but it works in favor of Vipers because every time they disrupt play, it gives them just enough time to get back into the game. Siraje Sentam seems to be a man on a mission, the hatchet man, as Fabian gets his first attempt and manages to smother that one with little problem. Salim Abdallah testing it out, and he has a glint in his eye, that maniacal look that normally can be seen when
VAR in some selected games that are on TV.
well, that is a whole debate and more, especially when VAR is brought into the question. But for the moment, it's undebatable. Vipers lead by a goal to nil. And now Cesar Manzoki! Unbelievable! All hail the king! Cesar Manzoki! Out of nowhere! Caught everybody unawares! Oh my word! His name should give you sure warning. His title, the Emperor, should be enough to send alarm bells. You do not make hasty decisions. You do not make catastrophic mistakes and expect to go unscathed in the Emperor's reign. Cesar Manzoki doubles the tally for Vipers.
And of course that makes it 8 goals for him in this season. But just look at the kind of play there from Amil Kakomo. You cannot play back in that kind of manner. You know that that's a schoolboy error. You've got to play the ball outside, not playing it towards your goal. And then he loses sight of it, he loses possession of it, and Cesar Manzoki realizes that the goalkeeper is out of position. He just pokes it into the back of the net. But that's kind of instinctive strike. But that one, that proves what a good striker should be like. And that is Cesar Manzoki, instinctive and a poacher.
All hail the Emperor. That was some technique. Oh, and Boto thrown there. And as well as Oscar Mawa seems to have a very aggressive streak about it. He is supposed to be in the goal sticks. He's out, as he has been for some of the bigger games. Once is nice, twice is beautiful, and it can only be the Emperor, Cesar Manzoki. And he wonders, what else? What else would you demand for? Vipers Sports Club put out an emphatic statement here. They're in this to win this. They're in this for the title. And who better to lead the way than the Emperor? Cesar Manzoki gets back onto the top scoring sheets once again. He is one running for the Golden Boot, and does that with sublime skill, guiding that ball into the back of the net. Little that Martin Senkoto could do. All hail the Emperor, Cesar Manzoki.
Football in the second half, Sports Club Villa, I just don't think that they've done anything much to suggest that they could get back into this game that really looked off.
Cross in, and this time Martin Senkoto comes out to pick that one. For the moment, they have to be very careful. Cesar Manzoki is in a mood. He's chasing the goal charts there, but also he'll be very eager to be the one to take the match ball home. He's already gotten 2 goals, and he'll be anxious for a 3.
How much they're chasing each other.
Paul Muchwedes gets it on to Paul Wheeler, and by any means, Muchwedes, he gets it to the ball, takes the shot, but the flag had come up. Sports Club Villa, it might not be over yet. Vipers relentless, rampant, consistently on the prowl, looking to strike again, and strike again.
Yeah, but you see, what I don't understand is why the assistant referee Katenya has
to find his footing there. You get the feeling a second later, and he would be lining up his scope on the goal area.
Yeah, and he's got some history with Sports Club Villa. His first league goal many years ago, that was back in the 2014-2015 season when he had just broken through at KCCA, fresh from school. I remember that his first goal was against Sports Club Villa, and a winner, 1-0.
Well, the referee says that will be all for this cold evening, and the hero walks away with the battle scars to show here, a limp on his foot, but a 90 minutes to die for, one that would be dreamt by any striker. Cesar Manzoki Lobby with a brace, and that man right there opened up the scoring. Yunus Junior Centre, the hitman, continues with his hit list, and Sports Club Villa becomes the latest victim to fall to the awesome striking duo at Vipers. For Petros Kokoros, you wonder how many times it will be back to the drawing board, because tonight was less than he would have anticipated. And for the man Roberto Olivier, a satisfied look about him as he goes to shake the hands of the officials, knowing that tonight they are on top of the table of the Star Times Uganda Premier League, and will await to see what the results do turn out from tomorrow's game. But in overall, a majestic showing from Vipers, and totally totally obliterating Sports Club Villa. Full time at the St. Mary's Stadium in Chitende. It is Vipers Sports Club